say him nah bust him, can't bust them. Same one I take bus, come on stage trophy, call up them, but me still a call up them. Bust them but me can't trust them, see them but me not touch. No hate them but me can't love them.
From Trenchtown, our next star rise again.
Look at me now, where them treat me less than gold. Put me in a box like a rectangle. Oh oh, look at me now. Oh, look at me now. Oh, look at me now. I mean I tell them my life, where them used to go round me, go round. No one used to come round me. My life was so lonely. Look at me now. Look at me now. Look at me now. Look at me now, where them treat me less than gold. Put me in a box like a rectangle. Oh oh, look at me now. Oh, look at me now. Oh, look at me now. I mean I tell them my life, where them used to go round me, go round. No one used to come round me. My life was so lonely. Look at me now. Look at me now. Look at me now.
Yes, man. This one going out to the youths and them. Listen up. Yeah. There we go. I remember how we thought before. As a young boy growing up, having some fun around the block. Now this generation gets so wild. I myself I wonder why is that they don't have our life. Grandma say you sit behind closed door, but that is not true anymore. Society flush you out for sure. Kids today losing their ambition. They want to dress like that. I can't tell them that's not the solution. No man. But the massive there. Speak to the kids and keep your mind at school and help yourself. Education to excel. Don't choose the bottom or the well. Don't watch and envy your brother, man. Put a hand out if you can. Come, let's play this little island. You don't know. Respect all the teachers. Show love for the elders. Your mother don't want you. Don't put yourself in trouble. Head should be on your shoulder, not right down in the gutter. If you have a problem, speak to someone, you just myself them. Yes, man. This is the message going out to the youth and their life of the WCP, man. Keep this spirit alive, man. You don't know, speak to someone. Jealousy is always on your mind. Time to put this thing aside. Come let we elevate our lives. People want you like you are. They will tell them what your best do. And please try to your best to make things work.
You dis tout pour penser pour manger. Pas me laisser mon parler. Avancer pour avancer. Pas si c'est la caca chile. Bel pays doit devant nous. On nous voit aller plus loin.
Yes, man. Take this message. God knows.
Keep your mind at school to help yourself. Education to excel. Don't choose the bottom or the well. Don't grudge and envy your brother, man. Put a hand out if you can. Come, let's play this little island.
Here we go.
Love sister and brother.
Let's go.
Encourage another.
Let me know.
If we just come together, I bet that we can make things better.
Let me go. Yes, man. Again.
Let me make things better.
Listen up.
Let me make things better.
Let's go.
Let me make things better.
Again.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
Respect all the teachers, show love for the elders. Your mother don't want you, don't put yourself in trouble. Head should be on your shoulder, not right down in the gutter. If you have a problem, speak to someone who just likes out there.
Yes, man. This one going out to the youths and them. Listen up. Yeah. blow. Now this generation gets so wild. I myself I wonder why is that they don't have our life. Grandma say you sit behind closed door, but that is not true anymore. Society plus you all for sure. Kids today will see.
Good afternoon, Dominicans. Welcome to another episode of Youth Vibes, a program brought to you by the National Youth Culture and Sports and hosted by the National Youth Council of Dominica.
Education to excel, don't choose the bottom of the well. Don't watch and envy your brother, man. Put a hand out if you can. Come, let's play this little island. You don't know. Respect all the teachers, show love for the elders. Your mother don't want you, don't put yourself in trouble. Head should be on your shoulder, not right down in the gutter. If you have a problem, speak to someone, you just myself there. Yes, ma'am. This is the message going out to the youth and their life of the WCP, man. Keep this spirit alive, man. You don't know, speak to someone. Jealousy is always on your mind. Time to put this thing aside. Come let me elevate our lives. People what you like you are. They will tell them what your best do. And just try to do your best to make things work. You need to push back c'est pour manger. Pas me laisser mon parler. Avancer pour avancer. Passer la gata chile. Bel pays voter pour nous.
Good afternoon, Dominican, and welcome to another episode of Youth Vibes, a program brought to you by the National Ministry of National Youth Culture and Sports and hosted by the National Youth Council of Dominica.
Don't go jam and be a brother, man. Put a hand out if you can. Come, let's play this little island. Here we go. Love sister and brother. Let's go. Encourage another. Let me know. If we just come together, I bet that we can make things better.
Are you ready for an exciting moment?
Again.
And we are in the summertime, and the students have just finished prom. We'll be having our 3 guests in Studio 2 this afternoon. Dominicans, are you ready to hear their voices?
Your mother don't want you. Don't put yourself in trouble. Head should be on your shoulder, not right down in the gutter. If you have a problem, speak to someone, you just myself them.
Now, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome once again, and I will move over to Studio 2 as my guests introduce themselves this afternoon. So can you please start off on my right? You say your name and the school that you attended and what you won at prom.
Good afternoon. My name is... You can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
My name is Kijani George. I attend the Dominica Grammar School and I won Best Male at Prom 2026.
Nice, Kijani. Let's move over.
Good afternoon to everyone. My name is Desiree Daniel. I attended the Convent High School and I won Best Dressed Female 2026.
Okay.
Good afternoon to all. My name is Kiante Martin. I attended the St. Mary's Academy and I won Prom King of Prom 2026.
Yes, so Kiante, it's good to have you back here in studio. I think DBS should give you a contract at this moment because you have been there for the past season.
I think so.
Yes, it's good to have the young people on air. Now, how was prom for you this year?
Well, it was a very energetic experience. You know, it was a very colorful experience and once in a lifetime opportunity. So, you know, you have to do it to the best of your abilities.
Now, what about you, Desaline?
Well, like you said, it's a once in a lifetime thing. You don't get another prom. It was a very fun experience, like you said, and the music selection was really nice. I wasn't expecting, the music to relate to us as teenagers, but it was very well chosen.
What about you, Kijan?
Well, as Kianti says, one of a lifetime.
Hmm.
Can't get nothing like that. So I enjoyed myself. And yeah.
Yes. Now, a question to you all:
It's over.
who would you would like to thank, like for someone who really inspire in putting your outfit together for prom this year? Who would you like to thank?
Well, firstly, I would like to thank my dressmaker, Bellenoir.
Yes.
She was the reason I won.
Yes.
It was a very beautiful dress and she executed my vision perfectly. I'd also like to thank my hairstylist, Heva Imani C, and my makeup artist, Queen to Queen Artistry.
Mhm.
And I'd like to thank my parents also for investing into my problem.
Okay. What about you, Kianti?
Well, I to give a special thanks to my oldest sister for really coming through on my suit. She
Yes.
ensured that it came exactly in the vision that I envisioned it, and a thank you to my prom date as well for giving me the idea for my suit as well. So big shout out to those two.
Now, seeing that, Kijani, you next. Sorry.
Well, I would like to thank myself because I was the one who picked it.
Oh wow.
And I also want to thank my auntie who, see that that is what I really wanted, and also my mother, even if she wasn't, like really wanted me to get that type of a color, but at the end of the day, she put her mind to it. And I also want to thank my
Later?
yes. I also want to thank my hairdresser and my barber, and also the person who put my suit together to make it fit proper.
Nice. Now, seeing that you are the 2026 best dressed male, what advice would you give to a student who will be attending prom in 2027? What advice would you give them, Kijan, seeing that you won best dressed male this year?
Well, I would just want to say that have self-confidence, be what you really want to put into your suit, and make it look like, put all of your energy into it, even if you will have other people telling you that not nice, or they don't like it. It's not what they think, is what you think. So yeah.
No. Desaline, I have a question to you. What inspired you to wear this beautiful gold dress that you had on July the 11th?
Well, with my prom dress, I really wanted to stand out, and when I was looking at the colors, to me, gold is a color where it's really bright, it's really sparkly. So that was part of why I picked that color. And the details on the dress, I took inspiration from other dresses I saw online, and I kind of put everything together.
Nice. Now, what about you, Kianti?
Well, my suit was based off of, it was actually based off of a Disney movie. I'm not sure if you know The Princess and the Frog, the prince from Princess and the Frog. So that's kind of what my suit was based off of, and the accessories and everything. That's what it came together to replicate. And I just added a cane for flair. So that's.
No, I already saw that you all had a ball of a time at prom this year. I mean, this year was one of the biggest number that I have saw on the night, and kudos to all the students who came out, who really put in the effort to come out and enjoy themselves. Despite of whatever happened, you really enjoy yourself this year. I always tell students, if you come into prom, come to enjoy yourself. You don't have to worry about the negative. Negative is something that can really dampen our spirit. You always have to have that confidence in yourself and that positive spirit. So just next year, come ready to really enjoy yourself. Now we'll be right back with our discussion on prom 2026.
This one going out to the youths and them. Listen, oh, a young boy growing up, having some fun around the block. Now this generation gets so wild. I myself, I wonder why is that the trend of our life. Grandma say you safe behind closed door, but that is not true anymore. Society flush you out for sure. Kids today losing their ambition. They want to dress like Gaga, and tell them that's not the solution. No man. But the massive there. Speak to the kids and keep your mind at school and help yourself. Education to excel. Don't choose the bottom of the well. Don't watch and envy your brother, man. Put a hand now if you can. Come, let's build this little island. You don't know. Respect all the teachers. Show love for the elders. Your mother don't want you. Don't put yourself in trouble. Head should be on your shoulder, not right down in the gutter. If you have a problem, speak to someone, you just might solve them.
Yes, man. This is a message going out to the youth and their life from the WCK, man. Keep this thing alive, man. You don't know, speak to someone.
Jealousy is always on your mind. Time to put this thing aside. From there we elevate our lives. People watch you like you are the worst. Tell them who your best no man. Just try to your best to make things work.
Yo di tout bouche pensez pour manger. Pas me laisser mon parler. Avancer pour avancer. Pas si c'est la caca chile. Bel pays doit devant nous. On nous voit aller plus loin.
Yes, man. Take this message. Don't know.
Keep your mind in school to help yourself. Education to excel. Don't choose the bottom of the well. Don't grudge and envy your brother, man. Put a hand now if you can. Come, let's build this little island.
Here we go.
Love sister and brother.
Let's go.
Encourage another.
Let me know.
Now, welcome back to another episode of You Vibes. We are moving over to Studio 2 and we have the winners of Prom 2026. They all came from the different high school in Dominica. We have in Studio 2, we have Kianti Martin from the St. Mary's Academy. We have Desaline from the Convent High School. And then we have Kijani from the Dominica Grammar School. And they have completed one milestone in their lives. Now, a next question to you all in Studio 2. Now, how was the whole prom experience for you this year? Any one of you can answer it.
Well, to me, at first, I didn't really want it to go. From fifth form, first semester, I wasn't really feeling to go. And then when second term come, I was like, boy, yeah, I want to, because I seen from last year all the pictures and the videos and then from other countries how it looking. So I make up my mind. I was like, yeah, I will go. Then that's when I get the idea of my suit. Then I sent it for my auntie, and then she was like, so I was like, yeah, that is what I really wanted. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, what about you, Desaline?
Well, to me, prom was an experience to connect with my friends and my classmates again for one last time, because some of us going state college, some of us traveling abroad for school.
Yes.
So it was just a good time to have everyone together, everyone looking nice and everyone enjoying themselves. I mean, everyone was getting along. It was a really nice experience.
What about you, Kianti?
Well, I always intended to go to prom, and people always kept asking me, are you going for the crown? Are you going for king? I said, at first I wasn't sure, but then when the time came a little closer, I said, you know what, I might as well just try for the best.
Yeah, and I could never forget that when you came on air, you always said that I'm really coming for that Prom King 2026, and you did just that on the night. Sure. You was kind of in a little bit of suspense, like, boy, am I really going to win Prom King? Because I see you at the back there, it's like you're getting cold sweaty, And now, what advice would you give to a young man who want to attend prom next year, and he has some form of low self-esteem, that what advice would you give to him?
Well, as I said in previous times that I was on the air, I was once a shy boy, you know.
Yes.
But it just took me a little bit of time to just be a more expressive guy and know what I want. So if you're a person, maybe you're attending prom or some other event, just strive for the best and know what you want. And once you know what you want, it's all up to you to execute.
That is totally true. Now, Kijani, I find you a bit quiet in the corner there. What advice would you give to a young man from the Dominica Grammar School
Well,
who would like to attend prom?
I don't really have to say much because Kianti say mostly everything. But like I say, is everything is self-confidence. You have to build up that self-confidence, because if you keep on being that shy person, you'll be low and you'll be like, you will want to try anything. So as you keep on growing and growing, build up your self-confidence, and
That's correct.
don't make nobody else talk in your head, because at the end of the day is you and only you. It's not nobody else.
That is true. That is very true. Now, Desaline, what about you? I mean, as a young lady listening to your voice who would like to attend prom next year from the convent high school or any other high school, a young lady might have some self-doubt that, boy, should I attend prom next year? What advice would you give to her?
I think that it would be easier if she's struggling with self-confidence. It would be easier for her to do what is true to her and attend prom. If, for example, let's say she has a dress that she likes, but she doesn't think other people will like it. It would be best for her to wear the dress that she likes, because she'll be more comfortable and more confident doing what she thinks is best for her than what others think is best for her.
That is very true, because sometimes a lot of the students who attend prom, sometimes they have that self-doubt that, boy, should I really go to prom? Because I'm afraid people laugh at me and people bully me. And bullying is something that is getting out of hand in our society today, and we really need to put down our feet and say that stop the bullying. It's not nice to be saying hurtful things to others. It's always good to be kind to other people, because you don't know, someone might be going through a form of depression, and you say something to them and it's like they just totally give up on themselves. So that's why I always tell people, you have to be kind to other people, because you don't know where you can fall in life. You always have to be kind to others. So students, if you are listening to your fellow students' voice in Studio 2, you heard what they said. Go to prom with a bit of confidence and not to worry about what people have to say. And it is really, really empowering that we cannot be pulling on each other. We have to pull each other up as young people. We cannot bring down our own people. If you see that somebody has an opportunity, you give the person that opportunity to shine, to make them be themselves, to build their confidence. Yeah, it's like Kiante spoke about his life. He said he was a very shy person, and now look at him. He's growing as a young man, as a leader. Yeah. So Kiante, what is your final vibes for you for the summer? How is summer going for you so far?
Well, summer is going just as eventful as I can ever want it to be,
Yes.
I mean, graduated, prom, a summer every child dreams of,
That's correct. What about you, Desaline? How is your summer going for you so far?
My summer has been great. It's been a balance of, work and play. I got a little job. So I'm happy that, I'm stepping into a point in life where I can have my own source of income and be a little more responsible. But at the same time, I've been going out with my friends. I've been relaxing. I've been going to restaurants.
Yes.
It's been a very
It's
fun
always good to enjoy yourself. That's correct. What about you, Kijan?
Well, summer has been great so far. I've got a job that what I wanted to do in life. So in that job I get to experience more other things. And
Correct.
I also been hanging out with my friends, going out, making jokes, and spending time by myself. Yeah.
Nice. And it's always good to see that young people are so dependent on themselves, that you are creating a venue for yourself, you're working hard, you're saving your money. And I know that school going to open soon, college going to open soon in August. So Always good to save that money aside for school. Okay. Any one of you going to Dominica State College?
Yeah.
Desalin?
No, I'm traveling abroad.
Oh, you're traveling abroad. Okay. Kenti?
I'm also traveling abroad.
You're traveling abroad as well. Wow.
Yeah.
So everybody's moving abroad to really enjoy themselves overseas and further their studies. That is nice vibes. Always good to come back home, you know. Don't just leave our shores and don't return. I mean, you have to return. You have to crown the prom king of 2027.
True.
So you have to return. Just same as Desalin, you have to return to sash the best dressed female. Desalin won the best dressed female of 2026. And then we had Kijan from the Dominica Grammar School who won the best dressed male. Now, as we wrap up our discussion for this afternoon, what are your final words to anyone who is listening to your voice via DBS Radio and Youth Vibes?
Well, my final words to anyone that's listening is always be yourself, no matter what. Don't try to be what somebody wants you to be or what somebody doesn't want you to be. As long as you know what you want to be or what you want for yourself, the sky's the limit.
Correct, that's correct. What about you, Desalin?
My final words are try to enjoy your prom experience to the best of your abilities.
Yes.
And also make sure you deserve your prom experience. Do good in school.
That's
and
correct.
get good grades because prom is very expensive.
That is
so
very
make
true.
sure you deserve the nice fancy dress or the nice fancy suit and just enjoy yourself.
That's very true. What about you, Kijani?
Well, my final words are be positive. Always be positive. Never be negative. When prom come, have fun with your friends because it might be the last time you see your friends, and enjoy yourself.
That is very, very true. Now, are there anyone you would like to big up as you conclude for today's Prom in Motion on DBS Radio on Youth Vibes? Anyone you like to big up your parents?
Well, I do give a big thanks to, as I said, my older sister, my father too, and also I forgot to mention my seamstress as well, because when I got my suit, it didn't fit me properly. So thank you to my seamstress for fixing up my suit for me. Yeah.
What about you, Desalin?
Big up to my parents and big up to my styling team as well.
Oh, nice. How are you, Kijani?
Well, big up to my tailor, big up my whole family, big up my friends. They know themselves. Yes.
Yeah, and it was an honor to have you all today on Youth Vibes. How was the vibes on Youth Vibes? How did you enjoy the discussion for this afternoon?
It was a very pointed discussion, straight to the point, and very informative and motivating, I shall say. Very vibesy.
Thank you so much, Desalin. That's it?
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you to the students who have won Prom King and Best Dressed Female, Desalin from the Convent High School, and then we had Kijani from the Dominica Grammar School. You are listening to You Vibes. Stay tuned as we bring on our next guest in Studio 2.
Yes, man. This one going out to the youths and them. Listen up. There we go. I remember how we talked before. As a young boy growing up, having some fun around the block. Now this generation gets so wild. I myself, I wonder why is that they turn down our life.
Let me start that one here.
It's good to see when students are rising above the waters.
My dream, my dream, my dream.
And as part of the National Youth Council of Dominica, we highlight the positive achievement of our young people. Many times we like to speak about the negative, but when our young people are doing well in life, we are to spread the positive.
Less than gold, put me in a box like
I am your host, Shervin Dominic, and I will be with you on another episode of Youth Vibes, a program brought to you by the National Youth Council of Dominica, and I am your host for this afternoon.
Look at me now, look at me now. Me a take plane like JUTC. When you see me, it's on TV shows.
Always continue to think positive.
Tours after tours after tours after tours. When me name call is like rose after
Always set your eyes on the prize.
tours. Them like a one door me bust
Young people continue to work hard. Don't give up.
doors. Look at me now,
In life, there will be challenges,
put me in a box like a rectangle.
but you are to rise above your circumstance.
Look at me now, and me a tell you my life where them used to
Many times, young people give up easily,
me. My life was so lonely.
but in life, nothing comes easy.
Look at me now.
You have to continue to work harder.
This a copia and a cover. Jaja so
I always tell a young man like myself, you cannot just sit down there and expect things to just fall on your laps.
me no mix up in a coca.
You have to continue to work hard. You have to continue to market yourself as a young person.
The obia can't get over. Look at me now.
You can't let where you came from determine your destiny.
Look at me now. Look at me now.
There are people who rise above their circumstance,
Where them used to go round me.
and they are doctors,
My life was so.
lawyers,
Look at me now.
teachers,
Look at me now.
and you name it all.
God see me blessing. No me can afford to give back to some of the same people. Them we
And the National Youth Council of Dominica will be highlighting our young people across the island.
call up them, but me still a call up them. Bust them, but me can't trust them. See them, but me not.
If you are listening to my voice via DBS radio, feel free to give us a call
Star rise again. Look at me now. Where them treat me.
to partake in the discussion for this afternoon.
Look at me now.
My next guest will be coming on shortly.
Tell them my life where them used to go.
She is from the St. Anne's Parish.
My life was so lonely. Look at me.
She's a teacher by profession
Look at me now. Look at me now.
and also an entrepreneur.
Put me in a box like a rectangle.
She's a young lady who continues to persevere
Look at me now.
and continue to work hard.
Me go round, no one used to come round me. My life was so lonely. Look at me now. Look at me now. Look at me now.
Grandma say you say behind closed door, but that is not true
Are you ready in Studio 2?
for sure.
Are you ready for our next guest on Studio 2?
I can't tell them that's not true.
She's in Studio 2 and I think she's ready. Let's bring her on. Good afternoon to my guest in Studio 2.
Good afternoon.
You can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
You hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, nice.
Good
Now,
afternoon to the listening public of DBS and those who are hearing my voice right now. It is such a pleasure to be on this afternoon.
nice. So we have Jemima Mills, who is a teacher at the St. Mary's Academy in Studio 2. Now, Jem, I know that you are a very hardworking young lady. And now, I know you were part of the Girl Guides unit. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, well, yes, hardworking is one thing,
Mhm.
but I always like to start by talking about where the journey started. And if anybody knows me, I was not always this outspoken and, you know, public kind of person. I was very shy. And of course, it took groups like the Girl Guides Association of Dominica as well as the youth groups in my parish to really bring out that side of me. And of course, they really laid the foundation because I got the opportunity to socialize with people, to meet people from different walks of life, and learn things that I feel that I wouldn't have learned if I was not a part of these groups.
Nice, and it's very important. You see, speaking of from a young lady perspective, that these groups really elevate your life as a young lady. And what inspired you to start off helping young people, especially in the educational field?
Okay, well, it's actually very funny. It started during COVID, and at that time, I was just completing my degree in environmental science and geography, and our professors or instructors at the time was not too tech savvy. So what I did, I went on the internet, I tried to find resources for myself as well as my classmates, and then I started teaching my classmates, and I also started teaching students from Caribbean countries like Trinidad, Guyana and whatnot. And they were like, but you could turn this into a business because you're actually good at this. And as a matter of fact, a lot of the students that I taught, they ended up getting ones and twos at Cape and whatnot. And from there, I just said, okay, let me try this.
Yes.
And I had to come up with a business name. I had to come up with a logo. Mark you, I didn't know anything about business at the time.
Yes.
But I just jumped into it and I formed ACE Academics, and it's crazy that we're actually entering our 7th year.
Oh wow.
Next year, so,
wow. You see, especially when we as young people, we can be so innovative by creating business ideas for our own self. And I always tell people, you don't have to wait for somebody else to employ you. You have a brain, you have a capability of putting something on paper and just execute it. Because we as young people, we feel like we have to wait for somebody to employ us. We can employ our own self.
That is very true. And just recently, my father was just reminding me that towards the end of my college years, it was kind of tricky because I went to a private college and it was kind of expensive. And at that time, that's when I would have just, formed ACE Academics. And of course, that as well could help, pay different things. I did not have to rely on my parents every time. So I really like that point that you made, that you don't always have to wait to be employed. You can create your own employment. If you have a talent, if you have something that you're interested in, start it. You don't have to be afraid. And my friends can attest to the fact that when I see there's something that they really have a talent in, I tell you know what, start a business, do something. So and if they need advice in that, I mean, I'm not the best business person, I'm still learning, and business is always about learning, but at the same time, I'm always willing to share whatever I learned throughout these years.
And as a business person, you continue to expand your knowledge, you continue to develop your interest in it as you go through it as time goes by, because business on a whole is a very tricky job.
Very that is true.
Now tell us a little bit about ACE Academics.
Okay, so ACE Academics is actually I want to call it my first child. It was from, of course, I gave the little backstory on it, and we started by I wanted to serve almost everybody. So the grade K student, the student in grade 5, the adult learner, it started a little shaky. And then, of course, as a business person, you have to look at how things are going every year, and you have to do your, analysis and whatnot, your SWOT analysis and, these different things. And eventually, I decided that it would be best that we niche, look at the things that we are stronger in. So whereas, we still offer the grade K, we still offer the different ones, but right now what we really focus on is students in grades 3 to 6, in particular our grade 6 National Assessment Program. We also do lower high school as well as CSEC, and we do a few CAPE subjects. Recently we would have launched a new program, which is the CXC Elevate program, where it allows adult learners to actually get the opportunity to get CXE subjects. If, for example, when they were in high school, they did not have the opportunity to finish, they can actually finish on their own. They don't have to necessarily be in a live class.
That is true.
What we do is that we record the sessions. The sessions are released to them, and they can actually just follow through, whether while they're at work, they have their headphones in their ears and they can listen to their teacher and whatnot. They get their assignments, and it's at their own pace. Of course, they can sit their subject whenever they are ready, because they have access to all the classes, they have access to the assignments, to the notes, and everything that they need. And that is a program that it has something that I've been thinking of for a very long time, and I'm actually really glad that we're getting to start it this year, of course, in the next academic year, that's 2026-2027. We also have one of our most popular programs, which is the Grade 6 National Assessment Program, and that will be starting on August 15th. And we have quite a bit of students signed up this year, and we have been encouraging parents from since June 1st to sign up, and they really took advantage. As a matter of fact, we might have to close registration soon. However, we can split that. The great thing about it is that we can split the classes.
Yes.
So if we need free classes, then we can always do that, because if it's one thing I really love is meeting students or meeting parents, especially from the rural areas. That's an area that I really have a deep interest for, because a lot of times the students in the rural school, we call it the tongue schools,
tongue area,
I kind of feel
focused.
like they have more access,
Yes.
and these different things. And of course we have some excellent, when I tell you excellent teachers in the rural schools.
That's correct.
But I really love this part, especially students from the Kalinago territory and these different schools. And when I get to meet them in town, because it's not very often that they come, they're like, Miss, you remember you taught me in grade 6 and whatnot. That just brings me joy. I really love these students.
I like that
and
fact.
over the years, that's where most of our students come from.
Yes.
And we can actually see how they are doing really well, getting those scholarships, getting those bursaries. And of course, I always tell parents, scholarships and bursaries is not the end of the world.
Yes.
It's not. But at the same time, it's really nice to see when they work hard and they push in the work, the teachers at their schools, the principals and whatnot, as well as the assistants that they get from ACE Academics. And you see how it combines to really, help these students.
I always tell parents, it's not about where you send your child to school. It always starts with the parent, not only the teachers, but it starts with the parent. You could send the child to the best school, and if the child is not really pushing in the work that they really want to achieve, then you judge in the country school, and you just like, boy, I send my child country school, but country school do perform well.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and we have like a
perform
stigma, country school, we like to scrunch up our face when we hear about
country
that.
School,
but truly, these are where you get the sweetest of students. Like, I don't even know how to explain it, but I just have a deep interest and a deep love for the students. And of course, I always wish that, I could get to go to these areas as much as possible to meet the students, meet the teachers. And if it's one thing with ACE Academics, I always tell, whenever we reach out to principals and whatnot, we always tell them whichever way that you need assistance, whether it's you want a guest teacher, whatever it is. And we have done that throughout the years, where not only with primary schools, but in secondary schools as well. We've had secondary school teachers reach out to us to mark SBAs and all these different things. If a teacher was on maternity leave or whatever it is, we've had these things. And we always tell them education is a thing where you always have to be connected, and it's not a thing about I am the best school or I have the best teachers, but every school has that strength that you can actually rely on each other. Let's say this school is better in activities, we're planning this at our school, and what do you think what we can do to make this better? This school is good in academics or whatever it is. What can we do to improve the way in which that our teachers bring forth the information to ensure that our students do well? Because at the end of the day, these students, whether they went to convent, whether they went to grammar school, whether they went to Petit Saban primary, at the end of the day, these students are Dominican students. They are the ones who are going to go forth in the future and actually benefit and bring our society forward. So we always have to, form that connection.
I could never recall that throughout my educational journey from primary to high school and upwards, teachers have been telling me that parents do not play an integral part in their child's life. And then sometimes it comes in a hand that if a parent do not play an integral part in the child education journey, then the child would not perform academically, because it's like the parents are not pushing in the end, because there is so much a teacher can do, and whereas the parents on the other hand has to put in the work as well. Because a teacher was telling me that your father used to come into school every day to ensure that you are all right, you are doing your work. She said today their parents giving them what are coming for them. They're ready to fight with them in the school. But I always say to myself, is the kind of generation of parents we have, coming up right now, because you have young mothers raising children and they don't have the proper knowledge as to how to raise a child, how to equip that child with their supplies of schools. It's like the child's education comes last, and then the unnecessary stuff comes first. Like, your child education is supposed to be your priority. If you know that you want to have a child, your whole perspective has to change, because your child, you have to put more emphasis on that child right now.
That's a very good point that you made. And that's the thing, another thing about education as well. It's not just what the child is doing at school. It's the teacher, it's the child, as well as the parent. And if all of these three are working together and they have a very good working relationship, best believe that child is going to perform very well. And you can see the difference between a parent who is always there for a report card, who is always there for progress report.
That's correct.
You can see the difference in the child when the another child, the parent, you never see them for a report card.
That is true.
As a matter of fact, you don't even know what the parent looks like.
Yes.
And parental involvement is very important in a child's development, because if you're not there, if you don't know what's happening, you never check in the child's book. You don't know what homework they have, you don't know when they have tests, you don't check their grade books, you don't even know their teacher's name. How do you expect that child to basically have the urge to want to learn if you yourself, you don't have the urge to even go to their school to know what is going on? So as a parent, it is very important, especially during this time. Maybe you have the money save aside for Creole Festival, but you have to remember you have to buy the books. You have to remember you have to buy the uniform.
I can never forget Jody had that content on Facebook that she said that her child education comes first.
Exactly. That is very important, because you cannot expect Johnny to give your child their book when you didn't buy the book for them. Buy your child's book and ensure they have everything that they need, and then you can worry about everything else. Because when you know your child have their books, when you party in Creole Festival, your head will be free. You'll be having a nice time.
That is true, because I always tell people, it's like when you're having a child, that comes with serious responsibility. Your whole life has to be changed, because I seen people raising children and it's like they just let go the children on the road. The child doing what they want. The child has no form of parental support, no form of guidance. It's like the child is like the adult in the house and the parent is like the child. Because I always say to myself, right now, the way parents are raising children, they are raising monsters. I always tell people, not everybody are meant to have children, and not everybody are meant to be married. If you want to have a child, you have to be serious about having a child, because having a child comes with responsibilities. If you are not a person that is mature enough to have a child, close your leg and do not have a child. It doesn't make sense, because if you want to have a child just like that for having a child's sake, and you not playing an integral part in the child's life, how the child is going to read and write properly, how the child is going to spell, how the child is going to do the basic math, the child is going to be falling on the roadside.
That is very true. And of course, as you talk about, the different subject areas, of course, that we have to kind of tie back in ACE academics. Of course, if you as a parent, you know that, you're not good in the math, you're not good in the English or whatnot, of course, ACE academics is the perfect place for your child. We offer CXE programs, grade 6 programs, creative writing programs. And if you're an adult as well and you want to, perhaps you may have done this subject before and you want to do it again to get a better grade, or maybe you have not done it before, we offer mathematics, we offer English A, we offer history, biology, chemistry, physics, principles of business, principles of accounts, Spanish, French, human and social biology, agricultural science, literature, social studies, and of course with the creative writing program, of course your child will be involved in different areas of writing, to include narrative writing, expository writing, descriptive writing, persuasive writing, letter writing. We also focus on grammar, vocabulary, as well as spelling and sentence construction. So all of these different things, of course our grade 6 program is one of the best that you can find. Of course, there are many good tutors on island, but and of course this year we are really trying to bring the program up a notch in terms of detailed feedback, live interactive lessons, recorded sessions. So let's say if the child missed a class, they were not able to attend the class on the Saturday, they can actually review their class, whether Sunday afternoon or whatever. And you as a parent, you can actually review it with them as well. They have their Google Classroom. This year we're actually introducing a great book where parents can actually sign in, and whatever assignments, whatever projects and whatnot that the child would have got, they can actually see all of that. They can see the child's attendance and all of these different things. We maintain communication with our parents through different platforms or WhatsApp channel as well as email and whatnot, and if they send us a message almost immediately, that's something that we really worked on this year in terms of communication with parents. Almost immediately you will get a response from a team member.
And also parents, if your child is struggling in their writing skills, Ace Academics is the best way to go. They can teach your child how to do expository writing and different type of writing, interrogative writing, different type of writing. Let's get your child involved in Ace Academics. They really sharpen your child knowledge and grades, trust me.
Yes, of course.
So Jem, as we are speaking on education, we'll be right back. We're going to take a short break with some music.
Sundown. Listen, oh, there we go. I remember how we talked before. As a young boy growing up, having some fun around the block. Now this generation gets so wild. I myself, I wonder why is that the trend of our life. Grandma say you sit behind closed door, but that is not true anymore. Society flush you out for sure. Kids today losing their ambition. They want to dress like Gaga.
We are on You Vibes.
No man.
I am Shervin Dominic, your host for today. And we are speaking education. We know that summer is coming to a close soon.
Education to excel, don't you?
I know the teachers are kind of upset. But soon they will be returning to the classrooms. July is almost over. Parents, I hope that you are getting your child books and all the
put yourself in trouble. Head should be on your shoulder, not right down in the gutter.
all the supplies.
Speak to someone, you just myself there. Yes, ma'am. This is the message going out to the youth and their life of the WCP, man. Keep this spirit alive, man.
So we are going to move back to Studio 2 as Miss Mills give us her final words on ACE Academics.
Okay, so yes, so if a parent is listening and they would like to register their child for the upcoming year, they can message our WhatsApp number, that is 225-1128. They can also visit our Facebook page, which is ACE Academics DM. So we actually have two Facebook pages. One is not functional. The one that is working is ACE Academics DM. But of course, 225-1128. So if you need classes for a student in grade 4 to grade 6, if you have a student sitting the common entrance exam or the grade 6 national assessment, if you have a student in lower primary or lower secondary, and as well as CSEC, we also offer that as well, and we give the list of CSEC subjects. If you're a parent, if you're an adult and you just want to, take your education to the next level, then of course you can start as simple with the CXC subjects, and we can help you take it up a notch.
Of course, and education is a thing that is an ongoing process, so never tell yourself that, boy, I never get the chance to finish high school and I just give up on myself. Boy, girl, pick yourself up and start the journey. Getting that paper is very important, This paper can go a long way. When you have that paper, nobody can cut style on you.
Get the paper before you get the paper.
That is true. You have to work hard. It comes with hard work, sleepless nights. You have to push in the work. I could never forget moments where I went to school with my eyes red because I used to get like a little bit of sleep because it's like I pushing in my schoolwork, staying up to finish my assignments. It's like that is part of school. Even those who are starting to become doctors and nurses, they have to burn the midnight oil. They have to study extremely hard, especially when you are becoming a doctor. You have to study extremely, extremely hard. Also, today something is happening at the Dominica China Friendship Hospital. We have a group from St. Lucia who is in Dominica. They are putting on their production at 7 p.m. tonight at the Dominica China Friendship Hospital. Only $15 for children and $30 for adults. So please come out to support the St. Lucia group, the National Combined School Choir production happening right at the Dominica China Friendship Hospital at 7 p.m. tonight.
Best to try to your best to make things work. Yo dis tout pour penser pour manger, pas me laisser mon parler, avancer pour avancer.
Now, Jem, what are your final words as we wrap up our discussion for this afternoon?
Okay, if you're a parent and you're listening to DBS Radio right now and you're wondering, why should I choose ACE Academics? I'm gonna say it very simply. At ACE Academics, we believe education is important and every student learns differently. So we're going to ensure that we provide that quality learning, that affordable learning, and of course, we're going to ensure that your child is in a supportive learning environment. So if this is what you're looking for, then ACE Academics is the right choice for you.
And there you heard it from Miss Mills. Thank you so much for coming on You Vibes today to speak about education. I know that many person out there who are listening to our voice, I'm sure they were a bit uplifted. At least some form of things change for them right now, because education is very serious in today's modern world. You have to take your education seriously, young people, because you need that in your future future movement forward. So thank you, Miss Mills.
You're welcome.
Don't go Janelle, be a brother man. Put a hand on it, you can come, let's build this little island. Here we go. Love sister and brother. Let's go. Encourage another. Let me know if we just come together.
It was an honor having the guests in Studio 2 today. We'd like to say a special thank you to the wonderful guests for sharing your inspiring stories. Continue striving for excellence and remember that your dreams are valid. Thank you for everyone who listened today for You Vibes on DBS Radio. Join us again next Saturday at 2 p.m. Until then, stay safe, stay positive, and keep making a difference in your community. God bless and have a productive weekend. I am Shervin Dominic signing out.
If you have a problem, speak to someone, you just like something.